Hello everybody and welcome to the Real Tarot 1123. I am going to be doing a reading now for Haley or Haley, however you say that, Haley, H-A-L-I-E-G-H, Haley Cummings. Somebody had requested for this reading. She is a little girl who went missing, I don't know, maybe 10-12 years ago from Florida. So let's take a look and see. I cannot keep my door open to avoid the echo because there's a lot of traffic. So I do apologize in advance if there's an echo. Just turn down your volume. I've been told that the voice comes out clearer, but there's an echo. So I don't know. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so let's take a look at the energies around Haley. Wow. I'm going to have to take it. This is the card I got. Like, I just picked up the deck and I just... okay. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Okay, all right. That's like, energy is like, come on, let's go, lady. Okay, you got it, kid. You got it. Whoa. Okay. It's crazy. All right. No, this one. Okay. Ooh, okay. So I'm going to show you the cards, okay, per usual. Okay. Oh, wait. I'm just trying to put them together the way they fell out, so, okay. All right, so let's get started with this. Wow, I'm telling you, y'all very, once in a while, you know, often enough, you know, as I shuffle the cards just kind of like fly. It's like, let's go, and that's the energy I'm getting right now. It's like, all right, let's get on with it. So the first card was 15, it's the Devil. Then we have Temperance, the Star, the Tower, the Hierophant, okay, or in this case they call it the Pope. Then we have the 2, which is High Priestess, the Chariot. Then of course we have the Magician, the Hermit, and the Moon. So I'm going to say right off the bat that there are 2 children involved here, okay? One of them is Haley. I don't know who the other child is. It's a boy and a girl. So when she was picked up, there was another child, maybe in the home or wherever. Or when she went, I shouldn't say the word she was picked up because it doesn't look like she was picked up. So anyhow, let me rephrase that. There are 2 kids, a male and a female. I think Haley is younger than the male, okay? There was somebody over here, and I'm going to say it's a female, who was supposed to be responsible for these children. And she herself is a young kid. I don't know, maybe the babysitter or something like that. I don't know. I don't think she's a adult. Like, she cannot be above the age of 18. She's a young one. So she was responsible for babysitting these kids, I guess. And that's when this whole thing happened. She went out of the house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let me hang on 1 second. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 67, 68, 69, 76, 77, 87, 88, 89, 90, 95, 100, 104, 4 plus 1, 5. Okay. Did she get up and leave the house? Was she sleepwalking? Okay, that's what I feel. Either she was sleepwalking or, okay, but here's another thing I'm going to say, y'all. It is so weird. She just went out looking for something. Why would she go out looking for something if she was sleeping though? That's my thing. Somebody has to post a comment whether she did have a tendency to sleepwalk or not. It's almost like she got up in the middle of the night and she just walked out. But then here's the question. Why in God's world weren't the doors secured? I almost feel like the door was purposefully held open, or not held open, left open. Or let me rephrase that, left unlocked. She went out looking for something. I don't know what she was looking for, but she went out looking for something. Oh my God, poor child. I hope it isn't a case of she got up and she sleepwalked and she went and she fell in some water or something. She definitely did fall. Yes, she definitely did fall. Okay, I'm going to say this, okay? This sweet child, I feel like had some kind of an issue, like a health issue. I wouldn't be surprised if she used to sleepwalk. I see that she got up and she walked out. So either she sleepwalked and she got up and she went, or she heard something outside the house and she was curious, because I almost see her holding her blankie, and I don't know if she used to suck her thumb. I don't know why that pops up so prominently. And she was like, she walked out looking for something or looking for somebody because she heard something. This other child who was with her is a boy and slightly older. And who is that child though? Did she have a brother or something? I feel like that child was like knocked out, like sleeping. So she went out looking for something because she heard something, or she sleepwalked, one of the two, you guys. And she definitely did take a fall. She definitely fell. Now I'm going to say this, y'all. I don't know why they haven't found a body, but if and when they do, they will also find another male child's body, okay, or skeletal remains next to hers in that same vicinity. So somebody please look up and let me know if there was another child who was reported missing in that same area a little before she went missing, because I feel like this other child, who's a male child, no, it's not her brother who she was sleeping with or sharing a bed with. It's not him. It's another child, a male child who must have gone missing before her. He was already gone way before she fell and her body ended up in the same area. I feel like he at that time was already skeletalized. I hate to say these things, it's like so graphic, y'all, but you know me, I mean, I just call it the way I see it, right? Let me see. Where's my volume at? There you go. Volume is good. Where's my brightness? Okay. So that's what I see, and it was definitely in the night. I feel like it was a little bit later at night. I wouldn't say it was like 7:38 or 8:39, when kids tend to usually, at that age, kids are like, okay, go to bed, it's bedtime, right? I feel like it was closer to 11:30 type of thing. But here's another thing. Whoever was responsible for this child or was babysitting this child, that individual knows something. I think that individual, when she or he realized, whoever this young kid is, I think I'm going to go with a she, when realized what was happening, I feel like she was fast asleep and she was also woken up by some sound, and she got up and she was like, oh, maybe one of the kids are going to the bathroom or getting a cup of water type of thing, and she kind of just fell back asleep, not realizing that there is a chance that this child must have actually got up and walked off, because she probably was sleepwalking or whatever, or she heard a noise outside and she walked off, and this one was like, I don't know what that is, and fell asleep. But afterwards something else jolted her awake and she got up with a start and she went to look on the kids that she was babysitting to see if they were fine, and she saw only one child, and she was like, oh, where's the other one, and checked the bathrooms and couldn't find her, and she panicked for a little bit, and she went outside to look for this child, but she freaked out. She got terrified. I don't know what the area was like. Is it is it an urban kind of a setting? I don't think it is, or maybe it is. Or is it one of those, you're 5 miles from the city, but it's a little bit, it looks country type of setting. And I feel like she got something with me. I feel like she got spooked. She got scared, and she came back running inside, and she's like, okay, I don't know what to do. But I'll tell you this. I am going to throw it out there. This babysitter, okay, had a conversation a couple of days before with somebody else. Now that somebody else is, I'm definitely going to say, the high priestess kind of a person. And this babysitter felt like there was something off with the high priestess lady. Okay, there was something off, and that high priestess lady came with a guy. Okay, they were around the same age, 40s, mid to late 40s. And they were kind of, it's like, okay, here's a scenario. She went to the grocery store or the gas station or whatever, and then she's doing her stuff and she's getting whatever she's getting, and then this couple, approach her and start making random conversations with her, and then she talks to them like, yeah, everything is fine, and then something about them spooked her. Because they were asking her where she lives, and she thought that it was a little intrusive that they're asking such personal questions, considering that she had no idea who these people were. It spooked her, and then she got in her vehicle or something, and she took off. She just took off. Like she really took off. Did she even have a vehicle? Because it shows a chariot card, which means a route of escape. I feel like she used a mode of transportation to escape from that, because these two people kind of spooked her. Now, why is the Hierophant showing up? Because the Hierophant, look at, she was watching over these two kids. She was supposed to be watching over these two kids. I feel like this child, this Haley child, she had some kind of a health issue. I don't know what it is, but some kind of a health issue. Okay. No, I don't want to use that. I don't know what cards I want to use. Why am I kind of struggling which cards to use? Okay, which one do you want me to use, people? I will do reversals, okay? Oh, my right elbow. My right elbow hurts like heck. Why? That's so weird. Knight of Wands in the reverse. This one, Ten of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, I apologize. Three of Wands. Wow, a lot of Wands energy, y'all. What? Two sixes, another six. I'm telling you, if one more six pops up, no, I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised. 20. Yeah, she's gone, y'all. She has passed. Oh, wow. 5. Yeah. Okay, I want to keep shuffling, but here, am I going to do, what do you want me to do? Okay. Ooh, whoa, interesting. I got 20, which is Judgment, and then I got the World card. Here, let me show you. Okay, those popped out like that. I'm showing you in the order that they popped out. Okay, and then like that. Okay. Okay, so let's take it from the top, because this card was like, okay, so with the, whatchamacall, the Knight of Wands in the reverse, right? We know as far as the Knight is concerned, it's like a free-spirited person who's very creative, who likes to do things, like, you know, wants to be free, who also does buck the system a little bit, like it's like, nah, I'm not going to follow the norm type of thing. And this, take a good look at this person, y'all. Take a good look at this person. In every one of these cards, I am seeing a dark-haired person. Every one of these cards, except this card, where you see a dark-haired person and the little child who's blonde, who I think is Haley. I think the little blonde thing is Haley. So there is definitely, okay, let's take it from the top. So with the Knight of Wands, somebody who was very active and who likes to be, you know, free-spirited, creative person, but also tends to buck the system. For some reason, that person's persona, that person's mood, that person's psyche, that person's whatever just changed. It was like all of a sudden they became a different person. Okay, then we have the Ten of Wands, and the Ten of Wands tells me they did feel like very stressed, too much of burdens, too much of stress. And then I have the Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles is saying give and take, give and take. But unfortunately there was no give and take. I wonder if this is the child's mother who feels so stressed and who feels like her own. I think the child's mother biological mother felt very stressed. And I also see the Six of Pentacles, which is give and take, but I feel like it's more giving than taking, and I feel like this individual was constantly, felt like she or he was spinning his or her wheels, just working and unable to make ends meet, or not making sufficient money. Then I have the Seven of Wands, right? And the Seven of Wands is, this person definitely did feel like he or she needed to protect himself or herself against something, either against people talking smack or people just being abusive towards him or her. No, I'm going to go with this. This is a female. This dark-haired lady is definitely a female. So I feel like she felt that she had to protect herself from people. She had to protect herself from stuff that people were talking about her, and she really felt really like persecuted. Now with the Six of Cups, I feel like whoever this babysitter is, okay, I don't think that babysitter is responsible for the child's disappearance, but I think that babysitter kind of, something might have transpired, but the babysitter hasn't come forward with that information, which could have helped this case. Okay, like for example, I told you those two people, right, the mid to late 40s people she randomly met. I don't know whether she has shared that with the law enforcement, because there's some other things that happened that kind of got her hackles up, but she didn't do anything about it and she wasn't able to connect the dots. Now I will also tell you that there is, with the Six of Cups, there is clearly evidence of drug addiction. Okay, for sure, drug addiction. I also feel like the child Haley was also offered and given drugs. Now that could be just medication for her health issues, or they might have kind of given her some drugs too. I don't know, because we've all heard cases like that, right, where people are like, you know, just giving kids, you know, I mean toddlers, they're giving them drugs, controlled substance, and the toddlers, by the time they become 6, 7, 8 years, they are hardcore addicts. I unfortunately, sometimes I wish I never, like, you know, I saw a documentary way back when it actually popped out on the news. I couldn't even tell you how many years ago, maybe 10 years ago or something like that, about some woman somewhere in America. She was husband and wife or whoever, they were giving their little baby like stuff, like whatever stuff they did from a very young age, just to keep the baby quiet so they could go and do, you know, their own stuff. And ultimately, you know, it was found out, CPS or whatever found out, and come to realize the child was like already like full on addicted. And then I don't remember though what happened to that child. I want to know, but then sometimes I wish I had never seen that program. Like, I wish I had never seen it. It was so horrendous. I'm like, how do you people even, like, never mind, I'm not going there. I'm not now. So I feel like Hailey was given, or she was on medication, and I also feel like this babysitter might have given her something to, not necessarily medicine, but could have been some kind of a drug type of a thing. Then I see the Three of Wands upright. She definitely went out looking for something. The child, the Hailey child, she went out because she heard something, she heard a voice or whatever, she went out looking. And I also feel very strongly that this babysitter, like I said, the first time she heard something, she thought, oh, whatever, the kids, and she went back to sleep. The second time she was actually jolted, like, and then she woke up and she went to look for the child, and she actually went outside to look for the child, and she freaked out and she came back running inside, and she just sat there not knowing what to do. All this while, I feel like the brother, the Hailey's brother was, Hailey's brother was sleeping. Ow, what the heck? Okay, y'all, I'm gonna say it because I'm feeling it. It's not my energy. I'm feeling it really intense. Extreme pain here in my elbow, this area, like extreme pain, and then just here, like I feel like there's some extreme pain, and it's not me. I haven't hurt myself or fallen or anything like that. I mean, I'm not going to ever hurt myself, but you know what I mean. Sometimes, right, we bang into things, whatever. It's weird, this part and this part. So dang, what? Okay, somewhere here, okay. And here, I feel like our injuries for this little child. So let's go back to the babysitter. So, and then the babysitter, she went out looking. I see a Six of Wands. With the Six of Wands, I feel like she definitely flipped out, because here's the thing. She seen something, she saw something that freaked her out, and she came running back in. So, what did she see? Oh my goodness, what did she see? What did she see that freaked her out so much that she wouldn't go looking for this lost child? Oh, interesting, very interesting. Okay, so this is the clarifier, okay? The 4, which is the Emperor, and then I got 5 of Cups, and then I got 9 of Pentacles. So I feel like this girl, when she stepped out, she must have seen that couple, that one guy out around, and she freaked out and she came back in. Because remember I said she was already freaked out with regarding that couple. Oh, wow. Regarding that couple, yeah, I'm feeling a little scattered, the energy. And she kind of sat in a car or a vehicle or some mode of transportation, and she took off and she came back home. She saw that guy and she freaked out and she came back running, because she's like, shoot, why is he around here? Like, what would he want to be doing here? Why is he here? So that's why I feel like if she goes to law enforcement and tells them that, I almost feel like that couple were stalking her. I really feel like the couple were stalking her. And then here she is, she's like really flipped out. She's like, yeah. She definitely feels lost, regret. She's grieving. She's feeling unloved. She's feeling also pretty kind of, I think it shocked her for a little bit when this happened, that she stopped doing drugs herself, because she kind of really flipped out. But then she's a drug addict, y'all. I can tell you, slam dunk, she is. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is like, you know, with the Nine of Pentacles, it's being self-sufficient and having some financial gain. But in this case, even though she stopped doing drugs for a brief period of time because she totally flipped out about this incident, she went back to it because she could not control her want, her need, her craving for these pleasures, if you will, okay? Then I see the 20 card, and the 20 card is judgment. It's like, it's a Pluto card, and yeah, it does say forgive and forget, but I don't think, I feel that a lot of people in that area who knew these people and who were aware of what happened, I think a lot of them do hold her accountable and responsible for some reason, and they also say that she was actively involved in this. I don't know if she was actively involved. I'm not sensing that, but there's something she knows or sees that happened that could have contributed to this, and she's either completely suppressed that memory or she did tell Ellie and they didn't do anything about it. But this girl, you know, she was not, but why was she babysitting? Like, I also feel that I want to know what her relationship is with Haley's family. Okay, moving on. Then I have Five of Pentacles. Haley, by the way, is gone, y'all. She's not kidnapped and living somewhere else as, you know, under a different identity, and she's not like, what's the word? She's not in the human trafficking thingy. She's not trafficked or anything. She's just gone. And I do see her skeletal remains. I do see another child, a male child, laying face down. If they find her body or her skeletal remains, they will find another male child or a smaller male. I'm going to go with a child, not an adult. It'll be a far cry to say it's a really petite adult male. Okay, it'll be a far cry. So I'm going to say a child below the age of 12, I would say, who's lying face down or laying face down, whatever the right word is there. And they're going to find his skeletal remains over there as well. And his passing happened a while before Haley. So I'm saying a little couple, 2-3 years maybe. So I don't know where Haley lived or whatever. Somebody said Florida, but I don't know which part of Florida. I mean, the lady who asked me to do a reading for her, I think she said she went missing from Florida, but I have no idea where in Florida. So the only place I know in Florida is Key West because I go there every year. Once a year I go there. So anyway, it's beautiful. I love it. Oh, camera, come on, dude. Like, seriously, I wasn't even moving fast. Why would you do that? Shoot, camera. Let me try. Hang on, guys. I'm not going anywhere. Let me see what this camera is going to do here. Yeah, it's still on. It's still recording. But darn it. Okay. So I do see her skeletal remains. Unfortunately, she is completely skeletalized. I don't know why I'm using that word. It's so morbid, but that's the word they're giving me. So it's like almost reiterating, saying this is it. I mean, she is definitely completely gone. And I am seeing with this, it's definitely there is a huge tree over there. that bears some kind of fruit, which is almost like a reddish fruit. I don't know what. I don't know if it's edible or not. I don't know. Okay? I will also tell you it's the weirdest thing. I know for the most part it doesn't snow in Florida, that much I know. But I'm seeing around winter time. Did she disappear around winter time? Maybe. And or if she is found, she will be found during a freak snowy winter in Florida. I mean, that's like, it's a far stretch, but I'm clearly seeing snow and winter over here. I don't know why that's, or maybe it's that time of the year, you know, winter time, December, January, February, March type of thing. But no, I'm gonna say definitely there's snow. So either, where in Florida does it snow though? I've never heard of it snowing. I've heard of it snowing in Vegas. I was there one time when it did on July 4th, and I was like, what? But anywho, so maybe around winter time, like really a really bizarre freak winter where it's like seriously crazy cold, they will either find her then, and or she might have disappeared at a time when it was winter, so I don't know. But completely skeletalized, y'all. I'm going to say this tree with those red berries, they're all over the place on the ground. They're all over the place on the ground. So weird. Okay. And then I see a 3 of cups. So I feel like this lady, this babysitter thing, she's not an adult. I don't see her as an adult. She's definitely below, should I say below the age of 21? No, she's definitely below the age of 18, y'all, this babysitter. So she's technically still a minor. Was she? Ooh. How old was Haley's father? Okay, okay. This is nasty. Did Haley's dad, biological father, and this girl have some relations? Okay, but he comes up as an adult, like he comes, and what the heck was he doing having relations with a 17-year-old? What is the legal age for consensual relationship in Florida? I don't know. If somebody lets me know. Somebody told me way back when there was another case that happened, and I actually know those people and I met the people, but that in Tennessee, I believe, that the legal age for getting married is 16. I don't know, y'all. Okay, I don't know. I'm not like an expert in these things, so I don't know. There is a possibility some states have some slightly twisted, you know, rules. So somebody let me know what the legal age is for like people to get married and live together. Like, is it 16, 17, or 18? But Haley's dad is absolutely an adult, so at least a good 3, 4, 5 years older than this girl. What was he doing with this child? I don't know. Okay, never mind, moving on. And then I have 21, the world card, which is completing success through spiritual rebirth and all that stuff. I am going to say that in spite of all that has transpired, I feel like the child's dad and this babysitter are still together, which is like, dude, I'll be like flipped out, because it's like, you were supposed to take care of my baby and she vanished on your watch. Like, why would I want to continue to have relations with you? Which leads me to another question. It's like, there must be something fishy going on there. Were these two people still like running, I mean, doing drugs or running drugs and buying and selling, or what do they call them? Mules, right? Something like that. I wonder if there's that angle over there. No, I have 5, and 5 is a Hierophant. 5 is, there was some fear, y'all. Wait, this one also wants to come out. See, I have the 10 of Pentacles reversed. Ooh, okay. And 7, the Chariot card reversed. The 5 of Cups pops up again. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, y'all. So I'm going to say that middle-aged, mid to late 40s, that couple, they're popping up again. They had something to do with this. I see the cups card coming up really often. So that indicates definite addiction. Y'all, I'm going to go out and say this. Y'all can, I don't know, you're probably already know I'm crazy by now. But I am going to call it. There is some bootlegging going on. Absolutely. What do they call it? What do they call it? Moonshine business. There is definitely some bootlegging business going on. These two were definitely involved in something. Yeah, they show up as having addictions. Yeah, possibly drug. Oh, Camera! Oh my God! Welcome back, Camera. You're so sweet. Thank you for waking up. Yes, y'all. I talk to my computer, my camera. And when I'm driving, I talk to the traffic lights. It's like, can you hurry up and change, please? I need to be somewhere type of thing. Am I the only one who does that? Anywho, so I feel like there's definitely some bootlegging involved in this. They're like moonshine. I'm not kidding you. It's moonshine. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know whether that couple were involved in drug thingy, and I don't know whether they were using or wanted to, or were trying to tap these two, Hailey's dad and his girlfriend, to also do that for them. I don't know if they were stalking her or casing her per se to see if she would be a good mule or a good whatever, you know, somebody who does a reselling. But drugs or no drugs, absolutely something to do with moonshine. I am not kidding you. It's like in my face. So anywho, there has been a tightening of funds, a lack of having that luxury of being able to provide for yourself. That's kind of, it's been a struggle. Then with the Chariot card reversed, okay, Chariot is all about, you know, we know it's a chariot, and the wheel basically signifies movement, momentum, moving forward. In this case, it has been, what in the world? Okay, this is bizarre. I see a chopper. Blades spinning and taken off. But how does that relate to this? But then with the Chariot card also, so I feel like this affected their business, okay? The young couple, I mean not young couple, middle to late 40s, that couple, I think their business was affected because they could not get this Hailey's babysitter and Hailey's dad, they could not harness their talent, not really talent, but harness they couldn't get them into the fold to be able to do business for them. So it affected the money flow for these people and stopped the movement and momentum. But it is also a Cancer card, y'all. There is some major alcohol issues here. I mean, like seriously, they lost their balance. They might have lost a lot of moonshine if they were trying to make moonshine. And I see this dark-haired girl really terrified, which I think is definitely the what is her name? The babysitter. I think she's really terrified. Look at her, y'all. This is her. Wait, let me see. Hang on. Let me try and get it in such a way that there. Can you see her? That to me, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, is that babysitter? Somebody tell me if this is what she looks like, because I don't know. I feel like she's like a petite thing. She's like petite. and a little bit of a square face. Oh, she's petite, this thingy. And then I have the Queen of the Queen of Pentacles, right? It is that older person, the female who's in mid to late 40s. She's like trying to say, hey, I still have money, I can still make this work. Literally, I can still make this work. Are you going to come out and work with me or not? So she is trying to kind of, it's almost like good cop, bad cop, the two of them are playing. Hey is gone now. If at all they find her, they're going to find her skeletal remains. It's on a slope, embankment, okay? So let's say that you are at the bottom and you're looking up and then you fall back like that. That's how they're going to find her body. I see that huge tree with those red fruits, cherries type of thing. I don't know whether it's edible or not. I almost want to say it's like a pokey kind of a fruit. I don't know, y'all. I don't know what that tree is called, but I'm getting a visual. And she's fallen back, and a little bit further down her is this male child who's on his belly, and they find, laying face down, and they find his skeletal remains. It's not a very steep embankment at all. I mean, it's not like maybe a 10-15 degree slope kind of thing. Yeah. Okay, King of Swords. Here, how about I just show you guys? Okay. This doofus, this babysitter, if she were alert and if she wasn't zonked out with whatever the heck she was doing, this thing could have been avoided. Absolutely could have been avoided. Absolutely. So with the King of Swords, right? You know, it's somebody who is, you know, practical, who kind of is very smart, uses his brains, very good at negotiating, very good at maneuvering, very good at, you know, negotiating, very good at that. And then we have the Cups, Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups, it's about a relationship, marriage, and new baby, and this and that, something new, a beautiful offer coming forth. And then we have the Knight of Swords again. And this Knight of Swords is telling me that, yeah, you are a reliable person, sure, but then you were inside the house and you chose to kind of just, okay, if she were not knocked out, okay, if she were not knocked out, because I think she was, this thing could have been avoided. Then we have the King of Swords and Queen of Swords, but see, King of Swords and Queen of Swords were they both upside down? No, she was upside down. Yeah, both reversed. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, I'm going to say that these two, this couple, this Haley's dad and this chick, this babysitter, I think they are a couple. Okay? I wouldn't be surprised if they are incarcerated or were at some point in time. And with 10, there is an ending, right? 10s are an ending of a cycle, and with the 10, it's a complete and painful ending and hitting rock bottom, but it's reversed. So it's, whatever the situation is not stalled anymore, it's not hit rock bottom like they were rock bottom, but that's not the case anymore. They've come out of it. See, this cups business, always water, always liquid, always, cups to me also speaks of alcohol dependency. Like it really, oh, come on, like so many? Wow, okay, that's fine. So we have a 3 of Pentacles. Then we have this guy. Okay. And then we have this guy in the reverse. Okay. Page of Wands. Okay. Somebody did go and look, y'all. I feel like that couple, that middle-aged couple, they have something to do with this. They have something to do with this because they definitely tried to case this chick. They definitely tried to stalk her and they were trying to recruit her for something, or maybe they had already recruited her or whatever. Hang on one second, okay? Because I want to... Wait, where's my camera? Because I want to zoom in. Shoot. Wait. I can't see this card properly. I'm trying to... So there was an offer, there was an offer of teamwork and, let's make a go at this, let's try to work at this. And this kid kind of freaked out and she's like, no, I don't want to. And they said, hey, we'll give you some money, come work for us, if they hadn't already recruited her. Somebody definitely did go out there and try to look for this child. I feel like this is Hailey's dad. Okay, he almost felt like, he's a dark guy also. What I mean by dark is he also has some major addictions and that sort of stuff. And he's always fighting his demons in his head. He's not mental or psycho or anything like that, but he's got addictions and he needs to fight it. And then, oh, somebody rang the bell. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm so sorry. I should end this, but give me 1 second. And then we have 18, which is the moon card, and the moon card is upside down. I am so sorry, y'all, okay? Please excuse me. Somebody rang the bell. I will be right back in just a second. I am so sorry about that, y'all. I sincerely apologize. I tried to be quick about it, but so sorry, y'all. I didn't want to stop this. Like I said, I can't put pause on this camera and come back to it, unfortunately. Okay, and then we have the moon card reverse, and the moon card says whatever deception was there, whatever, moon card means something, deception, something hidden. It also does indicate psychic powers, but nobody has psychic powers in this case. I feel like whatever deception was there, whatever was hidden with regards to this case will come out. Now, then you go, well, Kirtana, it's been 12 years, when is it going to come out? See, that's a question I get asked a lot, okay? I'll tell you this though, folks. For us, as individuals, we want cases to be resolved like that, like go, let's find them, catch them, put them and be done with it, right? It does not happen like that, unfortunately. I wish it did, but unfortunately it doesn't happen like that. There are timelines for everything, right? Like I have said so many times, we as human beings, we want things when we want things, right? We want it when we want it, instant gratification. But the universe has her or his, I don't know if the universe is male or female, let's not get into that. The universe has its own, well, the universe energy is male and female, let me rephrase that. Anyhow, moving on. So the universe has its own timepiece. The universe, says, we don't do things per your calendar. We're not going to be doing things per your time zone or your time base. We do things based on my calendar, my time zone, and whatever. So there are times for everything when things come to light, and unfortunately there are a lot of cases that will never be resolved. It is so unfortunate. You can get details, like if a case is going to be resolved, if a case is not going to be resolved. When you do like that serious, let me rephrase, I don't even know how to put this in words. Astrology and numerology, if we do charts, and when we do charts for not just the deceased or the person who is missing or whatever, right? We do charts for let me use Haley's case. Haley, her brother, her biological mother, her biological father, and this chick, the father's girlfriend, okay? And if at that time the biological mother had somebody else on relationship with that individual too. The reason we do all these people's charts is because they are influenced by each other. They are a unit, right? Their energies and their planets all interact. When you look at an individual's chart, you can tell whether they're going to have a baby, 2 babies, 3 babies, male, female, twins, triplets, or they may not have any children at all. When you look at the chart of a parent and a child, you can tell what health concerns that child will have, even by just looking at the parent's chart, right? Or if you look at the child's chart, you can tell your parents no longer exist, or whether the parents have like detached themselves from, like put up for adoption, whether you were adopted out, or you can also tell if the parents will ever be found, if the parents are going to reconnect with you, or vice versa. Believe it or not, astrology there's a lot you can see in astrology. And so I have a lot of people who say, can you predict when a person is going to die? That's a very, very loaded question, right? It's a seriously loaded question. Now, I will say, when our time's up, our time's up. Nobody on the face of the planet can stop you from going, right? Because when God is determined that He wants you, He's just going to say, okay, get on that plane and come meet me type of thing, right? Nobody can stop it. But based on planetary positions, based on the contraindications, the parallels, the squares and the circles and squares and what have you, you can tell when a person's life is at jeopardy. Now, does that mean you can actually predict when they're going to die? You can say a time frame, like a period, like 78 years or 80 years or 90 years, or what, I'm just using those numbers, or 30 years or 40 years or whatever, you can say that. But no astrologer is going to come to you and say, you know what, on such and such a date at such and such a time you're going to die. And I'd be surprised if any astrologer says that, because this is such a deep subject that it's very difficult to, even if an astrologer knows it, it's very difficult for the astrologer to tell that individual that this is when your demise is going to occur, because of the psychological implications of that, right? That type of a conversation. I mean, think about it, y'all. It's like really scary, and it's like, it puts such a spin on their mindset, on their, that it's not fair, right? But fair to the individual. On the other hand, I have told people, it's time to get your ducks in a row. Now, when have I said that? I've said that on a couple of occasions. Is when you look at an astrology chart, and there have been people who come to me for an astrology reading because they've had some serious health concerns and whatever that is, and they're like, okay, what do I like what's going to happen? I just took my second treatment and I'm feeling fine and everything is going well, and is this completely gone, and that type of a thing. And you can clearly tell that no, it's not completely gone. This is just a temporary interim kind of a short breathing space where you're like given a little reprieve, but it's really not gone. Oh, the doctor said like my cancer is gone or recessed or remission or whatever, and I have been like, you might want to get a second opinion. I'm not going to say, oh, your doctor doesn't know what he or she is talking about. No, you can't say that, right? Because I'm looking at things from an astrology perspective, right? And I have to give respect to doctors who are looking at things from a scientific perspective. Who in God's world am I to come and say, your doctor don't know what he's doing and go get a second opinion? I will never do that. Of course, we should all get second opinions when you're dealing with a really crazy disease type of thing, right? Yeah. But I can't say that. That's just not right. I have said, you know, you might want to get things in order and stuff like that. And surprisingly, y'all, on those occasions, the people who I was reading for, I said, you know, I actually kind of felt that too. Like, I'm kind of getting this. They said, yeah, I kind of felt I should do that too. I didn't need anybody to, I didn't, like, yeah, the doctor's saying it, but I kind of feel that I should. I feel like my time is coming. On that note, I strongly believe that people know when their time is up. People do, y'all. Folks do. You know, absolutely we do. We may not be able to express it. We may not be able to understand, but we kind of know instinctively that, you know, it's you can talk to any number of those people who palliative care givers, they'll tell you. You know, I mean, you could, I'm sure some of y'all have had an experience or know of somebody who's like an aunt or uncle or whoever, or a friend's friend, something is like, yeah, she was always talking about it, or he was always saying, you know, I'm not going to live past 30 or 40 or whatever. Some people tend to feel very strongly, and yeah, they're spot on. Does that mean we can all predict our demise? Not necessarily. It's like how highly tuned your senses are, for lack of a better term, right? I don't, with astrology or whatever, I don't do medical astrology, like that sort of a thing, because I'm not a doctor, I'm not a diagnostic doctor, but astrology can show us, for example, like let's say, you know, Aries, it's all about the head. So Aries tend to have, because Mars, right? Aries is the head and Taurus is the neck and shoulders, and you know, that sort of thing. So typically, you know, you can say with this particular sun sign, this planet being in such a prominent position, they may have issues concerning a specific body part. So I would recommend and say, you know, take care if you have any injuries with your legs or hips or hands or legs or fingers or toenails or whatever, take care of it, don't disregard it. So you can tell that, but you know, a lot of people will be like, well, how is that going to, how is a toenail fungus going to lead to ABC? How many times have we heard of cases where people have said, I went to the doctor for migraine and then they did a scan and realized I had a tumor? Or, you know, I went to get my blood tested for ABC and then they realized I had something else. Me, per se, myself, and I will say this now for you guys so that you all know, you know, I had some issues in terms of, you know, the usual annual, biannual blood tests where they do the whole panel and, you know, the whole thingamajiggy. Forever and a day, my blood test would also always show very high white blood cell count or something like that, right? But I used to be at some point in time, way back when, a little bit anemic, but you know, not now at all. Haven't been anemic for a while. So, and then they would always find like high cholesterol, and then they said that my liver enzymes were like 1495 or something like that. And I'm like, what's liver enzyme, right? I mean, I know some stuff about health and all that, but not. And they said, oh, this basically means this kind of high levels of liver enzyme we basically see with people who have cirrhosis. And I about fell off my seat, and I'm like, okay, you're talking through the wrong orifice. Let's rewind now. Please explain to me, because I'm not an alcoholic by any way, shape or form at all. I don't smoke. Yes, I do eat, animal protein. But how in God's world are you saying this is what you see with people who have liver cirrhosis, and that's usually with people who consume large quantities of alcohol? I'm like, how in God, like what? So we went through the whole gamut of all the tests and this and that and all that stuff. And then even my cholesterol, sorry about that, even my cholesterol was always high. But then you see, just because your cholesterol shows high doesn't mean that, okay, let me rephrase. Again, I'm not a doctor. You take your average. For some people from the very beginning, the average or the median thingy is always a little bit higher than most other people. So how do you know that, okay, this person is like, from childhood it's always been a little high, and they end up being healthy adults and live a natural, life or whatever. That's my opinion, right? So I've always had high cholesterol because there is a family history of high cholesterol. From the very beginning, my cholesterol always showed up a little bit higher. Do I eat a lot of fatty foods and all that? No, actually I don't. So I eat fairly healthy actually. I don't go out and eat often and stuff because I like to cook. I don't like to clean up after cooking though, but anyhow, I like trying recipes and stuff, and so I eat fairly healthy at home. I'm not too into pizzas and burgers, and I never liked fast food, never did. I don't like sodas, don't drink alcohol, and yeah, once in a great while I'll have a glass of wine, and literally like half a glass of wine and I'm like, okay, I want to go sleep, I need to sleep. I'm a serious lightweight. So I was like, how in God's world would this high liver enzymes pop up, right? And then I was really curious about it, and then I did go and look at my chart. I said, let's figure out like what's going on and how and when. And then there were some things I saw in my chart which I was like, oh, duh, right? But then at the same time, they were very concerned that I might have some issues with my GI, right? So they did 14 biopsies from my intestines, upper endoscopy, lower endoscopy, and they took all those biopsies and stuff because I was having serious issues with my digestion in terms of, what I'm trying to say is, like, even if I have a sip of water, like my tummy would bloat like, are you pregnant type of thing. It would literally like poof up like that. And so anyway, they figured out it was nothing really scary. It was just something else that I have to constantly be aware of and take care of, and no gluten and this and that and all that stuff. Anyhow, so what I'm trying to say is, yes, through astrology, we can tell when a person is going to pass. We can tell what kind of major health issues they will have. I had to go off on a rant, right? What kind of major health issues they will have. There are times when we'll say, hey, when you're traveling, be careful, because it shows that you might have some accidents and stuff, or make sure if you're going on any long distance, like car trips or whatever, make sure your car is up to speed and your automobile is all taken care of, brake check and brake oil and engine light and tire pressure and all that, So take the necessary precautions. So the same way, if you were to look at all these people, the father, the mother, the babysitter, the brother, if the mother also had a love interest, we would look at all of their charts, and you can actually clearly tell like what happened to this child and when the child died, right? You can tell. And you can tell if it is a death by water, you can tell if it is a death by accident, if it is a suicide, a murder, or health. You can actually tell those things if you look at astrology. Now, I will say that astrology and numerology is never wrong. Tarot is never wrong. Never, ever, ever think that it is wrong. Okay, it never is. When we as astrologers, numerologists, and tarot people, when there are any mistakes, it's because of human error, because we do not interpret it correctly. That's when error comes on. People are like, oh, that's Bahamut. Astrology, tarot, and numerology never wrong. Human beings, when you interrupt it, you make mistakes by wrongly interpreting certain things. That's when everything goes haywire and things happen. which is why a lot of astrologers will never come right out and tell the person, oh, excuse me, on such and such a date is when you're going to die. They will never say that, because they don't want to take that responsibility. They don't want to own up to the fact that, you know, there is a possibility that they could have made a mistake, right? The world was supposed to end in 2001, 2012, and it didn't, yada yada, that type of scenario. So having said that, yes, we can tell when and how she passed, right? But I will say this, y'all, she is no more on the physical plane. They will find it. Now, coming back to why I really went off on that spiel is, you can tell when she will be found too. Remember I said the universe has its own timing, and also by looking at the astrology, now finally you're connecting the dots, or at least I'm connecting the dots for you. Like it's like, why did you go off talking about all that stuff? You can tell when she will be found and when she's going to be brought back, right? Even when people go missing, right, you can tell, are you going to ever find, A, is the person still alive? Are you going to ever find this person? Will that person ever come back? You can absolutely tell that. You can absolutely tell that. So that's my little spiel. Now, as far as Haley is concerned, I definitely do think that she is, she's not there with us anymore. Very unfortunate. But I don't know why her health is coming up. I feel like she didn't have good health, or she had some kind of health issues. Maybe she was born with it. I don't know. Some DNA type of situation. No? You don't want to come? Well, this guy. She was a pretty imaginative little child. She was a little determined kid too. But see, I feel like she was in a situation where, did she have some kind of a health treatment or checkup where she kind of, after that she came out feeling a lot better, like feeling rejuvenated? No, they don't want me to use that. I don't know, it's going to be a far stretch to say she was sexually molested and all that. I'm going to say, I really think that she either sleepwalks and she got up and she wandered off and fell somewhere and that was that. Or I feel like something woke her up and she was very curious, being a little curious child, you know. I can see her with a blankie and with I think she used to suck her thumb or something like that. And she walked out and that was that. Okay, but I don't see anybody coming inside the house and grabbing her and going. I feel like she went out and... So, see, this part is still hurting for me, y'all. This elbow part over here and this part over here. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Probably that's where, if they find her remains, that's where they can... Whoa. Okay, all right. Calm down. Wow, a lot of cards popped up, y'all. That's okay. We will take them all. Because... Okay. She is in the earth, okay? Let's, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's bring this guy over here just so I have space. So I have the moon card, the earth card, Pisces, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Mars, fire, Saturn, and water. Okay. I am going to say something around the moon. So yes, something is hidden, but it's going to come to light. Okay, no more hidden stuff. And when did she? I'm seeing 14, so maybe 14 years from when she passed. 14 years from when she went missing. 14 years from when she went missing, it's going to come to light. 2 people are involved. Somehow, directly, indirectly. We have the earth sign, which says she is in the ground. We have Pisces, okay? Between December and January. Something about winter, y'all. Either she's going to be found in winter December, January, or that's when she went missing. I don't know. Then we have Sagittarius and Capricorn. There is a push and pull. It's a grounding energy, and there is a let's go out and look. So I feel like when they were searching for her, there was a search party. I feel that the Sagittarius energy said, let's go out further and look. And then somebody said, no, it's going to be right here. And they kind of stopped it there. Would they have found her? Had they gone further? Probably not, because she was not meant to be found. And then we have Mars. And Mars is saying that we are going to get a little bit aggressive with this now. We are definitely going to use everything we can in our power to set fire to this case. And what I mean by that is to reignite interest in this case and reopen the case and bring it back up to the forefront and go head on and try to resolve this. Then I have Saturn, and Saturn says, yes, this is a good time. I am going to give it to you like this. You see what he's giving it in his hand? Saturn is saying, yes, that period of hiding, the period of restriction that Saturn also had. And again, Saturn with Capricorn, as we know, Saturn rules Capricorn, and Capricorn is an earth energy. So Saturn is saying that yes, that period of, you know how they say when Saturn comes around, it's at 7 years, 11 years, 5 years, 12 years, whatever that cycle is. Saturn is like, you know what, I'm done with that cycle. Now I'm going to be leaving, and when I'm leaving, I'm going to give you something that you are going to benefit from in terms of finding this child. And then you have the water card over here, and the water card, as we all know, it's emotions. It's like Cancer, right? It's Pisces, it's Scorpio. And the water card is saying, yes, we are going to absolutely find her, but it's going to be very, very emotional. I have a feeling, see guys, I'm telling you, winter. So I have a feeling either snow or heavy rains in the winter, something is going to wash up, and that's when it's going to come to light. Because it's like, yeah, I'm going to flow, I'm going to clean the stuff on my way down, and then it's going to be out there in the open. Wow, that's pretty cool, pretty intense actually. I'm going to pull out one more card. Let me shuffle this. Are those two still together, her father and the babysitter? I think they are. I feel at some point they were incarcerated. I don't know whether they were incarcerated. I don't think they were incarcerated because of this. I think they must have done some mischief, some drug business bullcrap, you know. They must have tried something like that. And then they got their behinds walked into jail. Libra, balance. I love it. Justice. Decisions, court. I love it. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Mars, yeah, and Mars is like, I'm going to be there. Look y'all, this card is action. It's we are going in, we are going in. You have Libra, you have Mars, and you have the Earth. Yes, absolutely. So these cards are saying, we are going in, justice is going to be served, court decisions. Mars is like, I'm going to go in and I'm going to make this happen. And the Earth card is showing up because you're going to say, we found her, she was in the Earth. Yeah, trees and everything growing around her, y'all. And Venus, beautiful. Venus, you know, as we know, rules Taurus, okay? And we know Venus is also that, and Taurus is an earth sign, right? So definitely she is in the earth. She's got all these trees and all that stuff growing around her. She's definitely going to be found, and it's going to be a really beautiful thing, and there is going to be decisions in court, etc. and all that, and action will be taken. So I'm going to leave it at that, people. I'm going to leave it at that. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and again, per usual, I mean, what are my videos if I don't rant at least for 5 minutes, right? I should probably put timestamps, right, when the video actually starts and whenever I rant, and then say, hey, from 2 minutes to 5 minutes I'm ranting, so if you want to skip over it, I'm not going to do that. Like, because I'm just not. So thank you so much for watching my videos. I appreciate every one of you who have asked, you know, can you do a reading for this person or that person and things like that. I am honored. I really am honored, y'all, that y'all think high enough of me to ask me to do these readings. I mean, that is a high amount of responsibility that I have. That, I mean, I do have a real high responsibility to deliver every single time. So I take it seriously. I mean, this is not the kind of things that I would take light ever, because we're talking about people, human beings, emotions, how things affect life. And also, you know, one thing we have to be very cognizant about, at least in my humble opinion, for all of us astrologers, numerologists, tarot readers, psychics and mediums, we have to always be cognizant of how our words are going to affect the people who we do readings for. It could be like a personal reading, it could be you know, your monthly readings, your general forecast readings and all. But does that mean we have to sugarcoat things? No, I don't condone sugarcoating, because like I said many a time, my job is not to do anything else but to just relay the information I'm getting. It's not my job to edit anything, right? Because if I edit, then I'm doing you a disservice. But then again, we also have to be careful as to how we choose our words and present it, right? You want to be truthful, you want to be honest, and yet you want to make sure they get the message and people don't get like negatively affected. So for all of those people who are watching, like I say, time and energy is fluid. Please keep that in mind. Please keep that, whether it's your own personal readings, it's your monthly reading, weekly reading, whatever that may be. Nothing is set in stone. Like for example, right, like this R. Kelly business. I mean, think about it. He got away with it for so many years. Now his time's up, okay? At that time, people thought it was set in stone, set in concrete, nothing's going to happen to him, he's invincible. Hey, nothing is set in stone. Everything, time and energy is fluid. Everything is transient. The problem is, unfortunately for some of us, those periods are longer, and it's like, when is it ever going to end? Is it ever going to end? Yeah, we are all human beings, right? We are so tired of these negative scenarios, we want it to end right away. There are a lot of things that we cannot physically control, right? Okay, let's worry about what we can control and not worry about what we cannot control. So what we can control as individuals, as human beings, is our emotions, how we interpret these negativity and these energies around us and all the negative BS that goes on in the world, how we react to it. Like, we have no control over somebody else's actions, right? The only control we have is over our reactions. So let's, to the best of our ability, keep that in mind and say, this may be happening. All of that is not, I'm not responsible for all of that. The only thing I'm responsible for, how am I going to react? How am I going to handle this? And focus on that and take care of this. Then all that will kind of fade away. Yes, in a lot of cases, it's easier said than done, particularly with people who are in abusive relationships and, you know, all that sort of stuff. There are always ideal scenarios. There are always a perfect world, the perfect life kind of scenario. And it doesn't affect everybody, right? Not everybody can do this and kind of survive it. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people who are lost in translation, right? We cannot go out and physically save every one of them, but what we can do is bring awareness, and the more we talk about it, the more people are aware of what's going on, and maybe being aware, being educated might put the spotlight on these negative characters, and then they're like, oh, the light is shining on me, I got to stop, and they hopefully will stop, hopefully, right? So let's be aware of what we can control. We cannot control, not every one of us can control what R. Kelly did, for example, but there were certain people who could have stepped up to the plate and said, dude, we are not going to, like, you know, support you and do all that stuff, dude, what you're doing is wrong, you know, the enablers. But they could have controlled it, but they didn't, so that's on them. But y'all, that case, y'all, that R. Kelly thing is another thing that's driving me insane, but I'm not going to talk about it now. So I do appreciate your patience, again, listening to my little rants. I am actually wanting to do a live stream but I am thinking I will do it on Saturday evening, Central Standard Time, Texas time. So that'll wait. Wait, I'm so sorry. Maybe Friday evening after all. Friday is the 27th. Yeah, I think I will do it on Friday evening, and then so for me it'll be Saturday morning, which is fine, and we'll take it from there. But however, I will, you guys just kind of be on the lookout. I think I'll do a live reading, live stream on Friday evening. I promise I'm going to do my best and not fumble around and make a fool of myself with the technicalities. I'm going to be on it. So Friday evening, okay, the date is going to be 27th of August, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I will do a live stream, okay, and hopefully you all will join me. I don't know what I'm going to be talking about or what reading, but let's do a live stream and be interactive. There's a chance I may not do a reading at all, but just, you know, if somebody says, hey, what do you think of ABC, then I might do a quick card draw type of a thing, right? Okay, thank you so much. Much love to you guys. I'm going to stop talking now. All right, you all have a great day. Take care. Bye now.